Before you make a move to Bonney Lake, you need to watch this video. Hey everyone, I'm Lynea Carver with eXp Realty. I live and work right here in Bonney Lake, Washington, and if at any point throughout this video you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll create a video just for you. Now, you should know I moved to Bonney Lake about 6 years ago and I have learned a ton about this area. But here are a few things that I wish I would have known before moving here. Here we go. The first thing is the water bill. You need to know that depending on who sources your water bill is going to change. We have two options. There's a TPU, which is Tacoma Public Utilities, and the city of Bonney Lake. Essentially, the city of Bonney Lake covers the plateau of Bonney Lake and it provides water to about 38,000 people. It has over 13,000 residential and commercial connections, which equals to about 9 million gallons of water per day, and it is supplied by groundwater pumped from Victor Falls and Granger Springs. And there are two additional well water sites within Bonney Lake. Like I said, the other provider in Bonney Lake is Tacoma Public Utilities, and they supply another 4 million gallons per day. I'm gonna be honest, sometimes the difference between the two providers is pretty massive. Look at these two water bills. Bonney Lake water bill was $273 for the same time period as the same bill from TPU for $152. That's almost an 80% difference. I am in Bonney Lake. Technically, my house is outside of the Bonney Lake boundaries, so I am actually serviced by TPU. So if you are deciding on moving here, make sure you think about the boundaries, because that water bill in Bonney Lake can shock a lot of people and they're not afraid to talk about it. Number two, as with most of the Seattle area, traffic here sucks. 410 is horrible. You have to leave the hill for so many things. The only main way in and out of Bonney Lake is Highway 410, and I should probably tell you that the only way to 410 is from Highway 167, which is also not built for all the traffic. Yes, we do have Highway 162 and back roads which can get you in and out of Bonney Lake, but those are all one-lane roads with the speed limit of 30 miles per hour and everyone's taking them, so that doesn't really help either. Traffic around here is so bad, there's a dedicated website for it. Now here's a little background story. Back in the 70s, when all the roads were built, Bonney Lake was considered a sleepy town with somewhere around 2,700 people. Since then, the population of Bonney Lake has grown to its peak of over 22,000 people. Now, since 2000, Bonney Lake has grown 92.4%. That's 92.4% in 22 years, which is in fact 88% faster than similarly sized cities in the US and a population density of 2,187 people per square mile. So why does that matter? Well, with all the people growth, there's more housing and more amenities and no more roads. So there you go. On top of that, there's just construction all the time, and not to mention, literally all of Bonney Lake amenities are built out on 410. Are you thinking about making a move to Washington? Well, make sure you take a look at the guide that I've included for you in the comments. And speaking of amenities, we don't really have a downtown center. However, there are a lot of commercial amenities, big box commercial amenities. I mean, they're all here. And with all the big box commercial amenities creates a lot of big box traffic. When Costco set roots here, it was the talk of the town. We also have Target, Marshalls, Fred Meyer, Safeway, Lowe's, Home Depot, Rite Aid, Walgreens, and 3 Starbucks on the hill. If you're like me, I love to support small businesses, and there's only a small handful of those around here. I definitely have my favorite small businesses up on the hill, but if you really love small businesses and you want a downtown-ish area, you have to drive down the hill to Sumner or into Puyallup. And if you don't remember why this is not an ideal option, rewind this video and rewatch point number 2. On the topic of amenities, that includes food options. With the exception of a few select family-owned restaurants like Birch Burger, which has the best burgers, Glow Martini Lounge, Sumali Thai, Don Chui Mexican, guess what you're doing if you want more options? Hint, you're going down the hill. Even when I did a Google search for family-owned restaurants in Bonney Lake, look what came up. There's even a funny story here that we have at Denny's. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't actually know what the funny story is or where it came from, but in all of our local Facebook groups, the first recommendation for newly transplanted residents is to go to Denny's when they're looking for a place to eat. So I I just go with it. Number 5, and this is something actually really important to me, cell reception here is really spotty. My business is on the phone. We solved the problem with getting a cell booster inside of our house, but that doesn't actually solve the problem of when I'm trying to drive around Bonney Lake, or even when I go for a walk in the neighborhoods and my phone cuts out in the middle of a conversation. So you wanna make sure that if you're coming here, consider a big provider with strong cell signals, because I'll tell you what, I learned that the hard way. Now really, it's not all that bad. Stay tuned for my next video, 5 things I love about Bonney Lake. But to make sure you know when it posts, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you in the next video.